Okay. So basically, we're talking about this small story of Uttam, Arjav, Dharma. The story starts like this: that there was a wonderful merchant. This merchant was used to perform very religious activities. So one time he was sitting and he thought of meditating. So he got a lamp and took a vow that unless this lamp gets extinguished, I am going to meditate. After some time, his wife saw that the lamp is getting extinguished, so she filled it with oil. Then, after some time, our merchant thought that he's feeling thirsty, and so he just looked at the lamp, and he thought that this lamp is high and mighty. What is wrong with the lamp? It is not getting extinguished. But he did not break his vow. And the time went on. He felt thirsty and he thought of water all the time. And after some time, he died and he got birth into a water-borne animal. So in that way, the person had to cost his life to for performing this particular ritual. So what do we understand from this particular story? Can somebody tell me, what do you get from this story?
That taking vows is good, but taking too many vows is that it can cost you life, like this lamp.
So do you mean to say that taking vows is bad? How are you going to be a
No,
monk?
no, I'm trying to say is that he cost his life just for the for meditating.
Yeah, Vinci, you'd like to say add something?
You shouldn't overdo yourself. You
Yes,
should know your capacity
yes,
and only do it up till then.
yes, very good. So it's basically tricking ourselves. We really do not know our capabilities and we are tricking ourselves. So the biggest devil is trickery. And trickery can be deadly to others and it can be deadly to yourself too. And this is what you get from the story. If we are going to question meditation, then it is going to be a really difficult path for us to realize all the dharmas. Yes, Vinci?
So was the wife like bad? Did she
No, no,
try
no, no,
to
no.
kill her husband?
No, no, no. She was a wonderful woman. She only wanted to help. She was very glad that he's meditating. He's really having a good time while meditation. But then this
Oh, okay.
could not understand his, temptation, and he thought that being religious, looking religious to some others, is going to help him get good karmas and things like that. But then meditation, not doing meditation properly, has costed him with his life. And I think he wanted to become a heavenly being by meditating, but he ended up with the animal form of life. So
Tiryansh.
yeah,
Thank
Tiryansh.
you.
Okay. So how by deceiving others do you deceive yourself? This is a big question. When once we understand that we once we understand that deceiving others is bad, we should also be able to understand the fact that once you are deceiving others, you are basically deceiving yourself. So how are we deceiving ourselves is deceiving and non-deceiving is going to happen because of someone's meritorious and demeritorious karmas. So if someone has demeritorious karmas, they are going to be tricked. And if someone does not have demeritorious karmas, rather good and meritorious karmas, they are not going to be tricked. In other ways, in other words, I can say that if you have good luck, you are not going to be tricked. And if you have bad luck, you will be tricked. Why do you think that deceiving others is going to help you in any which way?
I have a question, sir.
Yes?
When you said that when you trick someone, you trick yourself, I
Yes?
didn't get that.
This is what I was telling you, that we trick somebody because we think that we are deceiving them, but rather the path of deception starts from yourself. You deceive yourself by thinking, by considering that you can deceive others, but basically you cannot deceive others. Someone gets deceived because of their demeritorious karma and not by your wish. Have I made it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Moving on. Why do people enjoy deceiving? Now this is a wonderful thing to understand. Some people do it because of entertainment. They love doing it. You might have seen students in your class that they enjoy if somebody is miserable. They enjoy misery of someone else. They will backbite you, and then things will backfire at you, and they will have a good laugh. So maybe this is the reason why people do that. Second is some people are kleptomaniac to things. So maybe they deceive others, they deceive other things because they have got a habit of deceiving things. Some people confuse it with being civilized. Like how? They can talk bad about you, but then they will talk very politely. Like they will say, oh, you are such an idiot. So basically, they are trying to look as if they are civilized, but then they're confusing civilization by basically deceiving others. So again, it's a bad thing to do.
Mm.
Yeah. And the next one is they are too weak to carry on, and this is why. And this is why. Now, how am I saying it that they are too weak to carry on? Because they do not want to earn money for themselves. They love to steal it from others. They do not want to be capable of performing talents or something else. They only want to copy talents. So this is how we get to know that if a person is deceiving others, they are too weak to carry on, and hence they are deceiving others. So better than working on themselves, they are working on others, and this is how we understand that some people love deceiving others. So what are the problems somebody has to face? What are the troubles that somebody has to face because of trickery? I'd like Vinci to please read it for me.
Troubles due to trickery. Always in unease, distress, worried, unfaithful to all, but stage to becoming ignorant, defamed, sinful. If caught, any legal obligation is bound, doorway to hell.
So this is how you also understand that these are very different particular kinds of trouble somebody can face because of trickery. If you are trying for trickery and it is not getting successful, you will be uneased, you'll have distress, you'll be worried. A person who is unfaithful, a person who loves to deceive others, is unfaithful not only to others in the world, but to their family members as well. They are not treated properly in their families. Maybe this is a good time for you to realize why are you not the favorite child to your parents. Maybe because you are not very good at being faithful to them. Rather, you love to deceive them, or you just want to mock at things, you just want to have a good laugh, and they are not understanding your laugh. So it's not basically they who are in question, but uh, not always, but it can be you also. Okay. The birth stage to being ignorant is trickery. If you love deceiving others, you are basically starting to become an ignorant. You will be defamed, and if situations really go bad, there can be legal obligations as well. You will be charged for jail, or maybe any other thing. And as I say, it is sinful as well. So to save one sin, we commit other, and to save the other one, we commit one more. So maybe the problem starts from troubling others, and it ends in murder or maybe suicide. It can be anything of that sort. So that way, it is basically a doorway to hell as well. So I think I've made my point very clear. What is Uttam Arjav? Trisha, would you like to read this slide for me? Yeah.
It is a attribute of the pure soul which has pure and impure modifications. Trickery is an impure modification to Arjav. Attribute Utama, right belief, and Dharma nature.
Okay, thank you very much, Trisha. As we have seen, Uttam, Kshama, Madhav, Arjav, etc., all of these are the attributes of a pure soul. And these attributes can have impure and pure modifications. And an impure modification of Arjav is trickery. It's not the other way around. It's not, absence of trickery is Arjav. Rather, it is like this, that absence of Arjav is trickery because our nature is not trickery, rather it is Arjav. And we know that Uttam means right belief and Dharma means the intrinsic nature. So a person who has an intrinsic nature of purity, of non-trickery, or if I may say, Uttam Arjav, simplicity. Now this person with the right belief performs this Uttam Arjav attribute. Now I have some misconceptions of this particular thing. Some people consider that unison of thoughts, words, and actions is Arjav. Whatever is there in your thoughts, if that is reflected in your words and then it is reflected in your actions, if it has a unison, it is called as Arjav. But if they are contradicting, it is called as trickery. Now, my reasons why I do not why I do not agree to this is all the all the beings don't have the ability to think or speak or act or all of the above at the same time. Yes, Aran, please unmute.
What is the unison? What is unison?
Unison means the same thing happening in all the three of them. Like you have whatever thoughts you have, if it gets reflected in your words and if it gets reflected in your actions, it is called unison. That means all the three of them are same. Uni means single, so all of them are having the single intention. Okay. Now, my first point why I do not agree to this is because I think we have when we were talking about Chedhala, you must remember that single sensed beings, they do not have the ability to think or they do not have the ability to speak as well. Are we going to call them simple and with simplicity? We really cannot do that because we know that even if the single sensed beings have all the four passions, anger, pride, deception, and fraud, so that way also we can understand greed, that way also we can understand this. And also we know siddhas do not have a body, so they cannot speak, neither they can act, and they also do not have mind like we have. So are they going to be called as with trickery? No, siddhas have arjav in them, they do not have trickery. So this is the reason I say this particular misconception, this particular conception is a misconception. My second reason is, if the unison is deluded, like if you have bad thoughts and that bad thoughts are reflected into bad curse words, and if it gets reflected in your bad actions, are you going to consider it as arjav? Definitely we are not going to consider that as arjav, rather it is trickery. So again, this particular conception is a misconception. And in the end, I'd like to say, is it necessary to speak whatever comes to your mind? If everything, whatever comes to your mind, you keep on saying it, you will never be able to shut your mouth. So whosoever thinks isn't necessary that the person has to speak it. So that way again you can understand that unison of thoughts, words, and actions is not arjav. So my correction to this sentence is, those humans who have the unison of pure, undiluted thoughts, words, and actions can be a mere medium to indicate Arjav. It's just a medium and it is not actually Arjav. Yes, Arnav?
Um, I don't get the concept of the difference between. I don't get the difference between trickery and Arjav.
Oh, Trickery is basically deception, and Arjav means simplicity. So Arjav being simplicity is our nature, and trickery being, an evil is opposite to our nature.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. So Arjav is the dharma that we are celebrating today. This the religion, the nature of simplicity. And what does it mean? It means that if you do not have it, you are going to have trickery, and which is what we really do not want. So in the end, I'd like to say that thoughts, words, and actions are mere mediums. They are not basically Arjav. They are not basically simplicity. So this is how you can differentiate between them and understand that what is wrong with this. So Arjav means simplicity, Arjav means straightforwardness, and you can have many synonyms to it. Moving on, yeah, I think don't look at this particular heading of this, but this is the reason why it is said that monks, what are our real monks? So what are real monks do? So I'm going to read this one. दिन रात आत्मा का चिंतन मृदु संभाषण में वही कथन निर्वस्त्र दिगंबर काया से भी प्रकट हो रहा अंतर मन. So it is said for monks that day and night they are in abode of their soul. They have the thoughts about soul, they keep on speaking about soul, and whatever actions they perform are because of soul. And this is how we say that even if they do not speak anything, even if they do not perform anything, from their pure form of their body, we get to know that their inherent, their antarman, their swabhav is pure. And hence we come to an understanding that thoughts, words, and actions are mere mediums, and they are not actually Arjav, right? Moving on, there is one more misconception that one mustn't break the resolution, oath, or a vow. So as we have seen that particular story of a rich merchant who died performing meditation and could not understand the real meaning of meditation, we get to know that we mustn't break the resolution is really a misconception. Yes, a vow taken in ignorance should be definitely broken because it involves disturbing, misleading, causing harm, or killing not only to others but also to yourself. So this is how we get to understand that taking vow is really a very tricky thing. Mm, I have a question for I forgot the name of the guy, and I'm not able to see his name as well. Yeah, Javish. Javish, my question to you is: have you heard the story of Arjuna? Have you ever heard the story of Arjuna killing Jivandhar? No, I forgot the name of the guy.
Javish.
What was the name of the guy?
Javish.
Oh no, yeah, Javish. I know that guy, but then I'm remembering who did Arjuna kill. I'm actually forgetting his name. So basically, Arjuna took a vow that, until the dawn breaks, I am going to kill this underlying person. And and he thought that if I'm not going to do it, the next morning I will kill myself. So the fact became like this, that Arjuna basically killed that person. But then think about it. Taking such vows, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? A vow by which you take a oath, take an oath that you're going to disturb others, is it a good vow? You mustn't take that vow. You mustn't have that vow. Yes, Aaron. 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 No. Okay. Yes, Janav. Acha, okay. RV wants to say something. RV, please unmute yourself. Are we? Are you not able to listen to me? Am I audible? Oh yeah, I am audible.
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on. I'll
I
have
was
questions.
going to say I know who Arjun killed. He killed Karn.
No.
Jadrat.
Yeah. Thank you, Arvi. Jayadrit was the person whom he killed. And the story is like this, that he took a vow that he's going to kill him before the dawn breaks. And if he's not able to do it, he will kill himself. The story says that he actually killed him. But then taking a vow to kill somebody, is it really a very intelligent vow? It is the most devious and an ignorant vow. This is what I really wanted to say, that if you have taken a vow in ignorance, you must break the vow. This is how we get to know that being simple is not because it is a right thing to do or what else you can do, but basically you are simple and hence you should be simple. It is not in any other way. How do we get over trickery is again the same thing. I'd like Darshi to please read it for me. Darshi, unmute yourself and read it, please.
Yeah.
Darshi, would you please read this for me, the slide?
Yeah. Getting over trickery. Stop leaving your likes, dislikes, happinesses, unhappinesses on others, and renounce moha.
Okay. What do you know the meaning of the word renounce?
Um.
Renounce means to leave. Renounce means to get over something. Renounce means to get that thing out of you. Okay, so this is how we understand that our likes and dislikes and happinesses and unhappinesses have been in the hands of others, and this is why we loved deceiving others, or we disliked deceiving others. We loved deceiving others and we enjoyed it, and we disliked pleasing ourselves, and hence we are unhappy about it. And this is why I say that renouncing moha is going to help us getting out of trickery. Okay, so it's a small caution to you that being simple and looking simple are not the same. If you try to look simple, you are basically not simple. So being simple starts from this: likes and dislikes, happinesses and unhappinesses on others. Not having likes and dislikes, happinesses and unhappinesses on others is basically being simple. And if you have all of these and you are trying to look simple, you are basically not simple. This is what I meant from this. There are basically four types of trickeries. Four types of trickeries according to their intensity. It is from the highest to the lowest. The person who considers trickery to be the best thing in the world and he enjoys it very dearly is the person with Anantanubandhi trickery. A person who has renounced considering that trickery is a wonderful thing, has renounced Anantanubandhi trickery, and now has the other three. The person who has the right belief and do not consider trickery to be a good thing, this type of a householder who has taken vows has renounced Anantanubandhi and Pratyakhyanavarana trickery. A person who has become a monk and has renounced trickery, he has renounced trickery, three types of trickeries: Anantanubandhi, Apratyakhyanavaran, and Pratyakhyanavaran. It's basically a monk. And the person who has reached to the highest stage of monkhood has renounced all the four. So this is how we understand that Arjava realized beings are of different types. The first being is the one who has considered, who has stopped considering trickery to be a good thing. The second person who has stopped considering trickery to be a good thing, plus he has taken householder vows. Third person in this ladder is a person who has stopped considering trickery to be a good thing, plus they have taken vows of a monkhood. They are better than us and better than those who have taken vows. And beyond them, those people who have completely renounced trickery, they are the greatest Arjava realized beings. Now, all of these have a difference of quantity. That means the time, the frequency on which they realize the soul, the frequency on which they realize Arjava, that is different, not the quality of realization. So this is how we understand that there is a big difference between realization of trickery and, realization of Arjav and frequently realizing Arjav. Okay. Yes, go on, Sachi.
Can you explain the four?
Can I explain what? I'm not able to listen to you.
The four different types of trickery? Can you explain again?
Sure. These four types of trickery are basically intensity oriented. The highest amount of trickery is the trickery where you consider trickery to be the best thing in the world. This type of trickery is called as Anantanubandhi trickery. Now, if a person who has stopped considering trickery is the person, if the person who has stopped considering trickery to be a good thing is the person who has renounced Anantanubandhi trickery. Now, if a person who has stopped considering trickery and has taken householder vows is the person with apratyakhyanavaran trickery. Pratyakhyanavaran trickery. If a person who has, right belief that he does not consider trickery to be a good thing and has taken monkhood, even then, if the trickery stays, it is the trickery which is called as Sanjwalan trickery. Okay. Okay. Anyone else would like to add something or say something? Okay. Arnav, have I made myself clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
at the beginning, actually, I joined a different meeting. I got confused which one was which. What did you explain first?
We were talking about the same thing, but from different angles. So maybe I'll send you the PPT. You will look at the you can look at the PPT, and get all your doubts clarified.
Okay.
Only the story is not going to be there. So maybe a video will also be shared with you. The story has been talked in it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So in the end, we understood that qualitatively there is no difference in the Arjava realized beings, but in the frequency of their realization of Arjava, there is a difference. So that's the basic thing that I really wanted to share in the end. Yes, somebody wanted to say something.
Is trickery pride?
Oh, good. No. Trickery is fraud. And pride is, pride is pride.
You mean like that trickery is cheating on others?
Yes, trickery means cheating on others, whereas pride means showing themselves that you are more superior.
You are muted.
I'm sorry. I mean to say that trickery or fraud means you are deceiving others, and pride means you are basically trying to prove others that you are superior to them. Got it, Ashi?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is where I come to an end. I think Nyasha wanted to say something. Nyasha?
No, I didn't want to say anything.
Okay. Thank you. No problem. Okay, this is how we come to an end. Yes, Janav? Please unmute yourself.
What I'm trying to say is, you know, trickery, is it basically like fraud?
Yes, it is. Trickery, fraud, deceiving, all of these are synonyms.
So trickery is basically, as you know, some people, they sometimes just, like, you know, some of the delivery people, sometimes they put in a note that you need to collect this parcel from somewhere. So then the people, like, who think that their parcel is at the address where the trickery people said, they go there, and then the people who wrote the note, they come and go into the house and probably do something. Is it basically like that?
Yes, it is like that.
Okay.
I also have another question.
Yes, go on.
So is, you know, the four trickery, is there a way you can differentiate all of them?
Okay. Yeah, there is a wonderful way by which you can differentiate all of them. The trickery of all the people in the world, the trickery of majority people in the world is Anantanubandhi. The trickery of those people who have the right belief but have have not taken monkhood. People who have right belief but have not taken monkhood, they have a trickery which is called as apratyakhyanavaran trickery. Those people who have right belief but they have not attained the highest and they have not attained the highest level of monkhood, the trickery that they have is Sanjvalan trickery. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
I think I'll have to remember it in in these words, so that in the upcoming classes I'd be able to make it simpler from the next time. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for this wonderful. Yes, Aaron.
These are the same as the foreign synetic types of Arjav.
Yes, they are exactly the same.
Like kind of levels, so all of them are the same.
Yes.
And these are just level names.
Basically, Anantanubandhi is of 4 types: Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh. Apratyakhyanavaran is of 4 types: Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh. Same goes for Pratyakhanavaran and same goes for Sanjvalan. Krodh means anger, Man means pride, Maya means fraud, and greed is what it means by Lobh.
Means greed.
Yeah. So all of these are basically stages of different people. A person who has a wrong belief has Anantanubandhi, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh. A person who does not has a wrong belief but has not taken monkhood has Apratyakhyanavaran, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh. A person who has a person who has right belief but he has not attained the highest level of monkhood, that person has Sanjvalan, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh, and this is how we understand all the 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, I think not. So this is how we come to an end to this particular class. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I do enjoyed it wonderfully well. Happy Uttam Arjav. Happy Daslakshan. Jai Jane.
Happy
Daslakshan.
Happy
Bye, Jai Jinendra.
Bye-bye. Jai
Bye,
Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Bye. Bye. Jai Jinendra.
Bye, Jai Jinendra.